Kate? What are you doing here?
What's it look like? Waiting for you. I saw you took that gig, and what do you know? My schedule's suddenly free.
Yeah, sorry about that, honestly.
I told you not to sweat it. Sure, I won't lie, I feel a little jerked around after all that, but the best laid plans of mice and men often turn out to be bullshit.
Is that how the saying goes? I usually only hear the first part.
That's not surprising.
Ouch, walked into that one.
But really, it's no big deal. You still rank below the kid that ditched me at my freshman semi-formal on the list of guys who left me hanging.
What did you do to him?
Let's just say that was when I took apart my first engine. Now, come on, we can't be late for dust-off.
How'd you beat me here anyway? It's a long walk from the living quarters.
I was in the area.
Doing what?
Alright, I was lost, okay? I've been looking for the game room for a half hour when you texted, so I figured I may as well stay put.
All right. So, find out any more details about this gig?
Not really, but I expect the queen bee herself to be part of it. Just smells like one of hers.
You mean Scorpion? Does she tag along on a lot of these things?
No, just occasionally, but there's a pattern to it. It's usually... well, it's hard to explain. Just a hunch, I guess.
Hold it right there, you two. Let's see some ID. Chop chop.
Oh, hey, James. We were just headed out for a bit. Mind opening the gate for us?
Oh, just like that, huh? I'm just supposed to open the gate for you and you waltz on through?
Is that not how gates work? Should we do a different kind of dance when we go through or something?
The type of dance isn't the point. The nerve of rookies these days. This gate is under my jurisdiction. I determine who gets in and who gets out. You could say I control the lifeline for the whole fortress.
You could say that, except you're not actually allowed to stop anyone who works for Lord Bedlam from coming or going, remember? We've been over this, dude. Complaints were filed, HR got involved. Just open the gate, man. Don't make a whole thing out of it.
All right, you're clear to proceed. But mark my words, Stan. One day, you'll need to get through and I'll be allowed to stop you. One day, it will be the gate supervisor's time to shine. One day!
That day's never going to come, is it?
Oh, absolutely not. This way. I know the spot they're using. Don't worry, James won't lock us out. He talks a big game, but that's all it is.
No, it's not that.
Cutting it a little close, aren't we?
Close only counts in horseshoes, hand grenades, and orbital doomsday lasers, ma'am. I wouldn't know for sure since we never had either of those last two, but it seems like a safe bet.
You're not missing out. Orbital weaponry is overrated, easily identified and easily dismantled. Just ask Dr. Calamity. I'm surprised to see that you've brought company, Stanley. I don't recall my invitation including a +1.
Ma'am, sorry if I'm intruding. I just saw the gig on the app and...
I am speaking to Stanley. If I require your input, I will request it. Kate, is that understood? Now, Stanley, explain yourself. Why is she here with you?
I want her here, ma'am. We were supposed to go to game night together, and I felt bad about ditching her, so I was hoping she could tag along.
And you didn't think to check whether that would be allowed?
I figured you'd be way too busy. I wouldn't want to interrupt you at your office uninvited.
Very well. I'll assume that this was merely some clumsy, misguided attempt to salvage what social life you have here. Though, I'll warn you, Kate. You may regret taking him up on his offer. This is a dangerous assignment. Hardly the time for socializing.
I'm aware, ma'am. I read the ratings in the app. I just need the money, and I'd rather work with someone I can trust.
Very well, but this job was supposed to have been marked as exclusive. Only certain users should have been able to see it. So, Kate, are you certain that you signed up for this job in particular?
Yes, ma'am. Here, I'll pull it up.
Odd. Either it's a bug, or someone on our live team needs to remember just who they're working for. You shouldn't have been able to see that. You're one of ours, correct? How long have you been with the program?
A few months, ma'am. This is my third gig, first long term. Sorry about the mistake. I didn't even know that the app had exclusive jobs.
Me either. And that's why you're doing this whole closed beta thing, though, isn't it? To test all the features?
That is one of the goals, yes. Well, assuming you don't botch the job and get yourself captured, I expect you to file a bug report before morning. Understood?
Absolutely, ma'am.
Over half a minute late. Well, we're already half a minute behind schedule, Stanley. Let's not make it worse,
Right, sorry. Just stretching.
But you're standing still.
Emotions need stretching too, alright, Kate?
All accounted for. Pilot, take us to the next rendezvous point. And here we are. Now, I know this might be a foreign concept to some of you, but while we're exposed, let's try to keep a low profile, shall we? That means minimal chatter, understood?
What?
I think you know.
Now then, all surveillance cameras along our designated route have been disabled, so don't stray from it. We go up the fire escape there, directly west along the rooftops, and enter the 4th building via roof access. Well, get moving. Yes, Stanley? Do you have a question?
You said you turned off the cameras. How did you do that exactly?
An insightful query. Perhaps too insightful for your own good, darling. Do you really think someone of my stature wouldn't know how to deal with a few cameras?
I guess not, but...
We're just impressed. That's all, ma'am. You're in a tight ship.
I do indeed. And that means you'd better stop stalling and get up that fire escape. Don't you agree?
Right away, ma'am. Come on, let's get to climbing.
Hey, slow down. We're not in a rush.
What's the matter? Winded already? All we've done is climb some stairs. Come on, man.
No. Well, that too, but that's not the point. Once we catch up, get past the guys in the back, but don't get too close to the front, all right? Trust me.
Why? Is that your plan to get out of doing the hard work? Or are you still worried about the cameras?
Nah, not that. I believe Scorpion when she says they're off. That was genuine curiosity. For an isolated operation, cutting the cameras doesn't sound too crazy. But does she do this for every gig on the app? I know it's the digital age and all that, but it still doesn't seem like something that a person should be able to just do with the snap of their fingers.
No, you're right. Well, I have my theories. I'm kind of surprised you latched onto that detail.
I'll try to take that as a compliment. But all that aside, just trust me on this. The front and the rear are always the worst places to be on any team larger than a dozen. The guys in the rear have it the worst because that's where the superheroes usually show up. And the guys up front deal with the in-house security. But the guys in the middle, they usually make it. Well, unless it's just a big mess and everyone has to scatter. But I doubt that'll happen with Scorpion overseeing this in person.
Oh, yeah, that's good thinking. I never really thought of it like that. A server farm. That makes sense. You guys were on a data heist for your last operation too, right?
Yeah, we were. You figure that's what we're after here, too?
It would fit. Scorpion doesn't do things randomly. Guys, flashlight, 10 o'clock. Guys! Hey, get back here! We need to stay organized!
She's right. Stop freaking out. If we just run around like a bunch of morons, we're toast. We need to run around like a bunch of coordinated morons. Those aren't superheroes out there. These are just security guards. Regular dudes paid to protect some more important dudes' stuff. They're just like us, only we dress better. Appreciate you.
And I appreciate the help. Thanks.
No problem. Did you have a plan?
Yes and no. How about you?
As a matter of fact, I do. Okay, so first... we need to find a way to sneak out of here. There's no need to turn this into a brawl.
Agreed, but they know we're here. These servers will help, but we need some real cover. Like a smokescreen or something.
Good call. How about it? Anyone have a smoke bomb? Flashbang? Anything like that could work. Does this say fart bomb? Who gave me this? Might be time to polish up the resume, dude. Raffleman was 5 years out of date 5 years ago, but it'll do in a pinch. You okay using these things?
Sure, no problem. I'll just pretend it's Halloween and I'm in high school again.
Now you're thinking like a henchman. All right, let's do this. On three.
On three.
1, 2, 3. Damn, nice arc. Okay, hopefully this works too. Okay, when I chuck this, everyone hold your breath and move. Oh, God. I can still smell it. Can you still smell it?
I'll never be able to unspell it.
That gimmick has gotta go, man. Seriously. But I'll take a little extra time in the shower over that melee any day.
You don't like that part, do you? The fighting?
Definitely not. Maybe someone like Scorpion does, or Miss Dynamo, but it's a lot easier to like something when you always win at it. North stairwell, down 3 floors. More servers. Is this whole building filled with them?
Don't doubt it. Classic Madam Scorpion target. But what's this place doing in the middle of the city? The only places with this much sensitive data that I know of are intentionally isolated.
Wait, you've been to one of these places before?
Don't be frightened. It can't hurt you. Isn't that right, my friend? Yes, you and all your ilk aren't a threat to anyone right now, are you? But we can't just have them lying around like that, can we? It's unsightly. So, Stanley, darling, you're coming with me, but the rest of you? Your next task is in there.
Hey, be careful.
You too. Thanks for choosing me, ma'am, for, whatever this is. I appreciate it.
Don't bother. Your ability to shirk any duties related to manual labor simply makes you more useful to me here, nothing more. And I'm curious to know how the operation has gone for you so far.
Oh, you know how these things are. Pretty routine. If you've broken into one data center, you've broken into 100.
Don't play coy, Stanley. The question was largely rhetorical. I know exactly how everything happened. First, you elected to stay in the middle of the group with your partner. A prudent measure, and one that quickly paid dividends as things, how to put it gently, broke down. Yet despite your earlier precautions, you wasted time trying to rally the troops. Why?
Well, I figured that was the best chance we had at getting out of there unscathed.
Stanley, I thought you were smarter than this. You do understand the premise of this program, don't you? These other henchmen are your competitors, not your comrades. You may need to pay lip service to that farce under Bedlam, but here you don't need to waste your breath. Here, you can truly act in your best interests. You need to embrace that. And after all that, you decided to scamper away. You should count yourself fortunate that you escaped detection with such a large group. It shouldn't have worked.
But it did, right? And now there are more guys here to help with the cleanup.
I suppose. But remember, just because a tactic hasn't failed yet, doesn't mean it won't fail in the future. And in our line of work, you only have to fail once.
How did you know what was going on up there anyway? Were you watching?
In a manner of speaking, yes. I would think that was obvious.
But not in person, right? You couldn't have. Did it have something to do with the cameras?
Persistent about that, aren't you? I would stop barking up that tree if I were you, Stanley.
Understood, ma'am. Can I ask a totally different question, though?
You may. So long as you are prepared for the answer.
Sure. Look, it seems pretty clear that you didn't need any help with this job. So why bring us along at all?
Need? No, of course not. I don't need anyone. People are more of a luxury good. They can make things go faster, more smoothly.
Like with the cleanup.
Yes, exactly. And those that didn't make it past the upper floor played their part as well. Drawing guards, creating a mess that's just waiting to be found. Whoever finds that will surely assume that my target was on that floor. And why not? The company who stores their data there is a weapons manufacturer after all. The perfect red herring, don't you think?
But what you're after is here instead?
Precisely. And when our friends have cleaned up the mess, no one will suspect I was here, among terabytes of private data scraped from the far corners of the internet. So while some hero or agency spends weeks chasing down a fake lead, any trace of the true theft will have disappeared. Such a professional. Hold this for me, darling. Now, Stanley. Would you kindly step through that door?
Nah, I like the view better out here.
Oh? I can only assume that you're speaking about the servers. Or perhaps you've spotted your own reflection somewhere.
Can't say that I have, though I am pretty damn handsome.
Let's not get carried away.
Well, if you don't think I'm handsome, what is it you like about me? It must be something. First you invite me to this after-hours side hustle, then you invite me over here all alone.
Careful, Stanley. lest you forget your place. I brought you here as a professional.
And if I don't want to be professional?
Oh? What do you want? But that's a question for another time. Think on it. If you survive.
Shit!
Thank you, Stanley. The frequency was off a little. Those cuts should have been much cleaner. But you were an excellent distraction, Stanley. Even if you were unwilling.
Thanks? But why did you even need one?
They kept this unit from connecting with the main network to mask its presence. Not the first time I've seen that trick, so I wanted to be sure that I wasn't walking into anything.
So they had a super secret robot just sitting in here, specifically to guard this room. What exactly is hidden in this data that you're after?
Hidden? Why, nothing at all. Just mundane details gathered from insignificant individuals.
Seriously? All this for some mundane details?
Individually mundane, but together? As precious as gold. You'll understand soon enough. But for now...
Ma'am! We heard a commotion from over here. Do you need any assistance?
Not urgently, so no. Is the cleanup complete?
Just about. The others should have it wrapped up momentarily. Luckily, we still have a decent amount of manpower left standing, so it went pretty smoothly.
Very well. Then help Stanley with this last one. Don't leave a trace behind.
Yes, ma'am.
Though I cut it short, I enjoyed our conversation, Stanley. I'd be open to continuing it some other time. I dare say I'd even desire it.
You alright? What happened?
Yeah, I'm fine. God used his bait, but as you can see...
Well, I'm glad it's lying there and not you.
Wait, are you bleeding? What happened?
Oh, that. Yeah, we ran into a straggler. I think its pathing got messed up on the way here, so it was slow to respond to our employer's little mess. I took care of it, though. No big deal.
No big deal. What, do you have some secret ninja skills that I'm not aware of?
Nah, I just picked up a few moves here and there, that's all. But seriously, I just got a little careless. I'll ice it when I get back. Now, come on, let's get this sucker in the dustbin.
Did you have to push me again?
As if you don't enjoy it.
Right.
And here I thought you had the agility of a panther.
2 panthers. They're heavy animals, okay?
Sure. Clearly, that zip line required a rating of 3 panthers or higher. Holy shit, I think he can actually make it.
He could have 30 seconds ago, but not now. And you should be glad that's the case. That's one less person who gets a share of the completion fee. I'd suggest closing the door, Stanley.
Whoa, sorry about that. Vision got real hazy for a second. I think some of those robot parts smacked me in the head earlier. Looks like he's already here though, so we may as well...
Enough, Stanley. Your decision was already short-sighted. Don't insult my intelligence on top of it. Just know that if I were truly invested in the outcome, no amount of stalling would have kept that door open.
I don't doubt it, ma'am.
Scorpion!
There you are. You won't get away from me this time.
No, we have to go. Do you hear me? We've got to go. Stan, grab him.
Come on!
Door drive!
I wasn't aware you were in charge of this operation, but you're correct. Driver, if you'd please. No pursuit. How curious. That was good improvisation.
Thank you, ma'am.
Oh, don't thank me. The only person who should be thankful is that barbaric simpleton. The next time we cross swords, I'm prepared to kill her. Though perhaps I should amend that. Stanley, you ought to count yourself lucky as well. Right now, a decision like that just costs you money. One day, it could cost you your career. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. I'm very grateful. Obliged, even.
Thanks.